All right, folks. We got Liam Clifford on Zoom today. If you guys would use the raise hand function, we can start with questions. We'll start off with Joe Smeltzer today.
Hey, Liam, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of good things going on with the Clifford family right now. So beating Delaware Saturday, then Sunday it's Bears Packers. And what was your experience with Sean's NFL debut and your I guess reaction to it? Because that's obviously a pretty cool thing. So
Yeah, no, obviously I'm super excited for him. Sadly, I couldn't really watch a ton of it because we were obviously here breaking down the film after Delaware. So, but I was following along as close as I could. And then I caught the end of it and got to see him go in there and hand the ball a couple times. So it was super cool to see him get in there and kind of live out his childhood dream and live out what we've been talking about ever since we were younger.
Joe Lister.
Thank you for taking the time, Liam. I just wanted to ask about the wide receiver battle. Obviously, you didn't get a ton of reps this week. I just wanted to know what you took away from the Delaware game and what you're trying to do moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, the receiver room's been super competitive, as everybody knows. We've been pushing each other every single day, every single practice. My main focus is just getting better every single day and every single week. Whether I went out and had 300 yards receiving or 0 yards receiving, I'd still prepare the same way every single week. So we've been pushing each other a ton. I think it's helped the whole room overall. And we went 1-0 last week, so that's all that matters.
Seth Engel.
Hey, Liam. Earning the starting job for the past two games, what do you think kind of sets yourself apart in fall camp? Why did you deserve, that spot?
Yeah, kind of like how I was just saying, really. It comes down to just how competitive our room is. I think it's pushed me. It's pushed other guys as well, which has really gotten our whole room better overall. I think Coach Higgins has done an unbelievable job ever since he came in. We've grown very close and have a great relationship as well. But really that just how competitive our room is has pushed us all to be better. And like I said, we're battling every week, pushing each other, making each other better. So it's been fun.
Rich Scarcella.
Good morning, Liam. Thank you for doing this. Liam, what is the best piece of advice that you can remember that Sean has given you? And do you ever get tired of people calling you Sean's little brother?
And so the best piece of advice, there's been a lot, obviously. I look up to him a lot. And we both push each other a ton just ever since we were little, playing in the backyard, playing basketball in the driveway, pushing each other. So really, I would say work ethic is something he taught me just watching him when I was growing up. And then once I started to get older, doing workouts with him, training together during COVID when he came back, when the season was canceled, that was a really cool opportunity. We got to work out a ton together and kind of train that whole off season together, which was fun. So I've learned a ton from him, and I look up to him a lot. And then, sorry, I don't even remember what your second question. Obviously, yeah, I guess a little bit here and there when people call me his little brother, yeah, but it's just more motivation to make a name for myself. But no, it doesn't bother me because he's set a great example and he's a great role model for me as well.
Donnie Collins.
Hey, Liam, kind of building off that, how good a receiver did you have to be to just compete with a guy, with a brother who ended up being an NFL quarterback? What ways did you have to get good really quick, and how did that kind of help your development along?
I think just taking things from different people's games. We've had a ton of really great receivers the last few years here, like guys like Jahan Dotson, Parker Washington, Mitch Tinsley, and just learning things from them, being a sponge, just kind of waiting my turn. Like I said, trying to get better every single day, just continuing to work. I'm very routine, so just every single day finding different things to make myself better and push myself in the room. So that's really what I'd say. Just continue to get better every single day.
Frank Bodani.
Hi, Liam. Coach Higgins, can you describe how things are different, how he's helped you guys as a room, maybe helped you even individually?
Yeah, no, I think Coach Higgins has done just an awesome job, both him and his family, just really coming in and really creating relationships with all the guys. Me and him have grown super close. Just having real conversations and telling things that we need to hear to our room in order for all of us to get better overall. So, and then obviously the technique stuff comes with all that. So just gaining his trust, and then obviously the same for him for me. But he's been awesome, and I love the guy. I have tons of respect for him, so I'm glad he's here.
Shane Thomas.
Hey Liam, just before the season, everybody talked about the consistency that the guys were building in the wide receiver room. How have you guys been able to kind of progress that? Obviously, you said it's very competitive, but in terms of now that you're playing real games, like how is that? How have you seen that grow through the first 2 games?
Yeah, I think it just stays the same as it was all off season, and then obviously throughout camp, just taking the practices day by day, pushing each other. Obviously during camp, going against our defense, I put them up against any defense in the country. So they pushed us a ton throughout camp and got us a lot better. Same thing, we got them a lot better. So just it really doesn't change too much once the season hits. Just continuing to work every single day, continuing to stick to our routine, working extremely hard on those Tuesday, Wednesday practices and getting better every single day.
Daniel Gowan.
Liam, going off of that, Coach Higgins, every time we talk to him, has brought up consistency and wanting to see that from the room. And you're one of the guys where I think, went as far to call you consistent. Well, what has consistency looked like to you over these past couple weeks and months to put yourself in the position you are right now?
Yeah, I think just being the same guy every day, doing my job, coming in, knowing what I'm supposed to do, knowing all the different positions, and then obviously just the skill set aside, just pushing the room, being a leader, trying to help guys, the younger guys, bringing them along with me. Just those type of things I think is kind of what's helped me a lot progress so far this year. And I think Coach Higgins, I'd give him a lot of credit to that as well, for him for pulling that out of me and really kind of being that leader for me as well.
Tyler Donahue.
Hi, Liam. Thanks for your time this morning. Curious what you think you were able to accomplish during spring practices with Coach Higgins to put you in a good spot going into preseason camp. And if you're able to share, when did you learn that you had earned the starting slot receiver position?
Yeah, I think spring ball went well. Obviously, just with Coach Higgins just getting here, we had some ups and downs as every team would, but battling through that, we had a good spring overall, and then it set us up to have a good camp. I think the whole room overall had a great camp. We all, like I said, it was super competitive. It's continued to be super competitive. We push each other every day, and that's what a room needs to be like. I think, especially a receiver room. I wouldn't want to be in another room. Just I want competition. I want it to be pushed. I want other people to bring the best out of me, just like I bring the best out of the other guys. So, and then really it's ongoing. So. Like I said, that's how I'd want it to be. Just every week, like I said, if I had 300 yards or 0 yards, I'd still prepare like I need to get that job. So that's my mindset every single week, no matter what.
Johnny McGonigal.
Yeah, Liam, with those with the pregame introductions, naming of starters at Beaver Stadium on the video board, over the years you saw Sean pop up there quite a bit, but week 1 against West Virginia, for you to pop up there, and I think Sean tweeted a picture of it and was in the stadium and was really excited. What was that moment like for you to be announced as a starter week 1 and to have Sean there for that?
Yeah, I mean, it was surreal, just something I've always dreamt of as a kid, and then obviously watching Penn State once Sean's been here, and then since I've been here, just wanting to be one of those guys that can have his name go up on the board, and I think that's something everybody always dreams of ever since they step on campus. So it was super cool, and I'm excited to keep rolling.
Audrey Snyder.
Sorry, couldn't find the unmute button. Thanks for doing this, Liam. I wanted to ask you about Drew, and he said, we saw the video after week 1 where James wanted him to break the team down, and he was kind of shy and didn't really want to do that. He said that's not him. He doesn't like the spotlight, doesn't really like the attention. How have you kind of seen Drew grow into that role of being the guy and everything else that comes with that at this place?
Yeah, I think you said it. I think that's just kind of how Drew is. He's a quieter guy, but he leads by example. He says things when things need to be said. And I don't know if grow into the spotlight's really the right word. He's still the same guy. I don't think he'll ever change. That's why I love him. But he's done an unbelievable job with all the accolades already in the first 2 weeks. Nothing's changed with the guy, with his work ethic and the way he goes about his business. He's still in here every single morning early, watching film, meeting with us. So Drew's done a great job, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the season heads with us.
Derek Bast.
Hi, Liam. Drew spoke last week about your ability to always know what the quarterback is thinking and how your consistency helps him. What's going through your mind during those routes, and how are you able to provide that comfort level for him?
Yeah, I think really for me, I see where that's kind of where I could have a big advantage. Just kind of knowing the defense and reading my triangle and kind of seeing the corner and the safety and the linebackers and know what's going on. And that just comes through preparation throughout the week. The coaches do a great job helping us with that. And then obviously, like Mondays, we're meeting on our off day with the Qs and the other receivers and breaking down the film for this next week. So I take a lot of pride in watching film and figuring out kind of what the defense is going to be like, what I think, what plays I could get the ball on, and then kind of going through that in my head the weeks before. So I take a lot of pride in that. And then obviously the rest of the room and the quarterbacks also help me out a ton with that.
Rich Scarcella.
Sorry, I couldn't find the unmute button. Liam, what are your impressions of the Illinois defense? What do you see on film, particularly in the secondary?
Yeah, I think Illinois is a great team. I'm excited to kind of see what they want to throw at us, and it's just another week to get better, another week to practice different things, and another week for us to go out there and kind of show the country what we're capable of. So I'm excited. I think they're gonna be a really great team. I'm excited to travel there and play them in my that's where I was born, and actually in Illinois. So I'm excited to kind of go back, potentially see some family at the game. So
Luciano Chatelain.
Hey Liam, I hope you're doing well and thanks for your time. What has surprised you the most out of Drew throughout these two games, and what would you say has he done best?
I would say really nothing surprised me. I think a lot of people expected it. I think he did what people were expecting, what the team was expecting. Obviously, internally, we knew I knew what he was going to do going into week one, starting strong. I never had a doubt. So I think he's done a great job just taking care of the ball. We pride ourselves on that as an offense, just not having any turnovers in practice, and then obviously in the games. And he did a great job of that throughout camp, and it showed in the first couple of weeks. So he's made some great throws, which I know he's always capable of doing, and he's done a great job so far.
All right, folks, we got time for two more questions. We'll go Seth Engel and then Daniel Gowan to finish us off. Go ahead, Seth.
So after the game last week, James, he called Drew Steady Eddie. He said you can pat him on the back, scream at him, and he's going to stay completely the same. What is that like from a wide receiver's perspective, and how does that kind of help you when you're on field or when you're communicating with him on, pre-snap?
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to that consistency piece. Same thing as every position group. You want your position group to be consistent, and that's huge in the quarterback room, obviously. So just knowing when I get out of my break where the ball is going to be, kind of just whether I break in, break out on a certain route, I know we'll be on the same page. It's just all goes back to the summer and when we repped all that stuff early in the mornings, throwing every single day. So again, I'm not surprised. And I agree. I think he's super steady, and he's done a great job. He's been very consistent.
Daniel Gowan.
Liam, given your physical build and physical traits, what is something that you feel you bring to the slot spot, that's maybe a little bit different or unique?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I pride myself on kind of knowing the defense inside and out, and really diving into the film room. But then physically, I would just say I also pride myself on trying to be strong on the perimeter. The running backs pass protect for us, so I feel like we got to return the favor for when they run the ball. That's how you really spring big runs, is being strong on the perimeter. I think overall as a room, it's something we can continue to get better at. That's always something we continue to get better at, but that's something I try to pride myself on, because like I said, they're doing it for us, so I feel like we should be able to do it for them as well.